star, the engines roar, the tires scream. Fast as lightning, it's a dream. Speed and drama, every turn on NFR, the rubber burns. Feel the thrill of every bend, where the champions transcend. Feel the power at NFR, burning tracks, driving far, where the races never end. NFR, only friend. Fernando calls the play on NFR every race day. Commentary sharp and loud, hyping up the roaring crowd. Feel the power at NFR, burning tracks, driving far, where the races never end. NFR, only friend. Now Fernando calls the play on NFR at race day. Commentary sharp and loud, hyping up the roaring crowd. Feel the power at NFR, burning tracks, driving far, where the races never end. NFR, only friend. Deaf Queen, the top supporter scene, in the crowd where speed is keen. NFR, the place to be. Join the race, watch and see.
Tuesday night, 8 p.m. We go SAFRL the show. Engines roar, lights will glow. Feel the rush, feel the flow. Every lap, a twist, a turn. Speeding fast, rubber burn. Crowds cheer, hearts churn. Victory, what we yearn. SAFRL, we ride. Highs and lows side by side. Drama here can't hide. Victory, what we earn. SAFRL, we ride. Highs and lows side by side. Drama here can't hide. Racing fast in full stride. Crashes, spins on the track. Up and down, who's coming back? Champions rise, no slack. Push to the front, never back. Pit stops, precision, gold. Strategy, daring, bold. Who will lead, not foretold. Speed and skill, tales unfold. SAFRL, we ride. Highs and lows side by side. Drama here can't hide. Racing fast in full stride.
can't hide. NFR, the pulse, the sound. Nothing that'll cause it round by round. Highs and lows, the thrill, the sting, the viewers return. Let the madness begin. A champion crown, the season's knife. Broadcast the roar, the passion, the pain. And NFR is in the storm and the rain. NFR, the pulse, the sound. Nothing that'll cause it round by round. Highs and lows, the thrill, the sting, the viewers return. Let the madness begin.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to NFR. Sorry to interrupt the music. I just wanted to play you a video for those of you who are already here. I just want to play you a short intro, and you let me know if you wish the intro was real.
In the quiet lanes of Silverstone town, folks are whispering about a boy falling down. Got a seat from his daddy, money's the king. Driving that Williams ain't like riding free. Tires spin, engines roar, but the podium's far. His wheels hit the gravel, now there's damage to the car. Got the world at his feet, yet he fumbles the lead. His dreams race away, but he's not in the speed. Daddy's money, daddy's ride, crashing dreams, nowhere to hide. Bought him a name that can't buy a skill. Lance keeps trying, but the track's all uphill. Now he's got his own team with a famous name. Aston Martin's the brand, but it's still the same shame. Every corner, every turn, the crashes unfold. Dreams wrapped in carbon fiber, truth left untold. Paddock folks shake their heads with a sigh as the green car spins and the hopes run dry. No matter the funds, it's a harsh game of pain. $1 million toys can't shelter the rain. Daddy's money, daddy's ride, crashing dreams, nowhere to hide. Bought him a name that can't buy a skill. Lance keeps trying, but the track's all uphill. Chasing dreams, nowhere to hide. Bought him a name, but can't buy a skill. Lance keeps trying, but the track's all uphill. Lance keeps trying, but the track's all uphill. Well, gather round, folks, let me tell you a tale about a driver named Skull, racing fast without fail. He started down low in the back of the pack, but each season he climbed, never looking on back. He got quicker each year, like a rocket on wheels. His lap times were blazing, giving rivals the chills. From midfield to front, he was chasing the crown. A podium contender, making town shout a sound. He was winning some races, nearly topping the charts. Skull's name in the lights, stealing Formula One hearts. With speed like a demon, he was setting the pace. A champ in the making, dominating the race. But hold on now, partner, here's where things go astray. Skull's races start wild, then they crash in a fray. He's got Max Verstappen speed, burning up the track, but George Russell's tears when his car don't come back. Corner smashing walls with a bang, disqualified for cutting. Hear the steward's harsh clang, retiring in the pits, or he's wrecking with flares. Skull's short fuse like Stroll's, yelling loud in despair. His internet's dropping or the game kicks him out. 1 minute he's leading, then he's down with a pout. He's fast as a bullet, but his luck's in the ditch, crashing into rivals, leaving fans in a stitch. He's got speed like Max and them tears like our George, a temper like Lance when his race plans diverge. Skull's heart's in the fight, but his car's in the wall. Yet we know he'll keep pushing, never quitting at all. So here's the
Good evening, everybody. Oh wow, there's an echo. I can hear myself. Hopefully you can't hear me twice, but I'll try and fix that. Of course, tonight we have a mystery circuit going to be spun on the wheel. We have a choice of 3 circuits. All of them will be the reverse layout. The Netherlands, Austria, or Britain. I'm going to give it a quick spin. And the drivers will know where they'll be racing. And there we go. There's your answer. We're racing in Britain. So for all of the drivers, you can get ready now. We're going to be doing reverse Silverstone.
Pierre was the next kid with a smile bright as day. Toro Rosso star, Bahrain's foreshowed the way. Red Bull called him up, said, son, you're the one. But Max's shadow crushed him. 12 races, he was done. Sent back to Toro, told he'd get another shot, but the phone stayed silent, left Pierre in a knot. Jamie and Sebastian, they felt that same old sting. Promised Toro saddle, but Red Bull clipped their wings. Red Bull's wings, they lift you up, then crash you to the ground. Promise seats and glory, but them lies keep spinning it around. From Daniel to Pierre, Alex and more, they fell. Red Bull's driver graveyard, where dreams go to 12. Brendan waited 9 years for a shot to shine, but Toro chewed him up, spit him out by design. Liam got 2 races, thought he'd earn his place. Red Bull said, back to Bulls, you're losing this race. Carlos got a loan, I never saw Red Bull again. Now he's winning elsewhere, leaving helmet in pain. They dangle that seat like a carrot on a string, but when you reach for glory, you're left with nothing but sting. Red Bull's wings, they lift you up, then crash you to the ground. Promise seats and glory, but them lies keep spinning around. From Daniel to Pierre, Alex and more, they fell. Red Bull's driver cheers to the drivers who fought through the pain. Daniel, Pierre, and Alex rising up again. Red Bull's got its titles, but these boys paid the cost. In the dust of melting keys, their dreams ain't fully lost.
Under neon lights and engine screams, she's the guardian of our speed-filled dreams. With skull in flight and alien on the chase, she's the calm in the storm, our guiding grace. Andre by her side, loyal and strong, their love's been racing all along. But it's the brotherhood she holds so near. With every lap she makes it clear. Oh, Death Queen, heart of the grid. With every cheer she lifts the lid on fears, on doubt she tears through night. Her voice, our fuel, our fearless light. From cockpit to coach she stands supreme, a true believer in the brotherhood dream. Oh, Death Queen, in shadows and gleam, you are the queen of our sim racing team.
Are you crazy?
Shine, but not like her pride, watching Skull and Andre glide. She's there in silence, she's there in roar, in every circuit, every lore. From midnight spins to dawn's first light, she's always there holding us tight. No crash too deep, no curve too wide. With her in spirit, we rise, we ride. Oh, Death Queen, heart of the grid. With every cheer she lifts the lid on fears, on doubt she tears through night.
It's broken! It's broken!
Her voice, our fuel, our fearless light. From cockpit to coach she stands supreme, a true believer in the brotherhood dream. Oh, Death Queen, in shadows and gleam, you are the queen of our sim racing team.
Okay, can you bring it back, Ross?
She ain't just a fan,
the
she's
fuck?
legacy born, through every F1 storm we wore. Holding the line, fierce and unseen, forever our monarch, our Death Queen. Oh, Death Queen, heart of the grid. With every cheer she lifts the lid on fears, on doubt she tears through night. Her voice, our fuel, our fearless light. From cockpit to coach she stands supreme, a true believer in the brotherhood dream. Oh, Death Queen, in shadows and gleam, you are the queen of our sim racing team. Yeah, oh, Death Queen, you are the queen of our sim racing team.
I am stupid. I am stupid. I switch off everything.
Well, gather round, folks, let me spin you a tale about a race car driver, George Russell by name. He's quick on the track, but don't get too excited, cause when it comes to greatness, well, he's not quite knighted. He's good, but not that great. Oh George, he's got the speed, but not the fake. Oh George, he looks like Woody from Toy Story, that's no lie. And when the race goes wrong, oh how that boy can cry. He's got the helmet, he's got the car, but when it comes to win, he's not quite up to par. He's got the look like Woody with a cowboy hat, but when he's in the pit, you'll see him shed a tear stack. Now don't get me wrong, he's got some skill, but when you're talking about the best, he's not in that middle. He'll race you hard, give you quite the fright, but in the end, he's more known for his tears at night. He's good, but not that great. Oh George, he's got the speed, but not the fate. Oh George, he looks like Woody from Toy Story, that's no lie. And when the race goes wrong, oh how that boy can cry. So here's to George, with his heart on his sleeve. In the world of Formula One, he's got a lot to achieve. He might not be the champ, but he sure is fun. So let's give a cheer for George, our Woody on the run. He's good, but not that great. Oh George, he's got the speed, but not the fate. Oh George, he looks like Woody from Toy Story, that's no lie. And when the race goes wrong, oh how that boy can cry. So here's to George, with his heart on his sleeve. In the world of Formula One, he's got a lot to achieve. He might not be the champ, but he sure is fun. So let's give a cheer for George, our Woody on the run.
Like a shooting star, the engines roar, the tires scream, fast as lightning, it's the dream. Speed and drama, every turn on NFR, the rubber burns. Feel the thrill of every bend, where the champions transcend. Feel the power at NFR, burning tracks, driving far, where the races never end. NFR calls to play on NFR every race day. Commentary sharp and loud, hyping up the roaring crowd. Feel the power at NFR, burning tracks, driving far, where the races never end. NFR, holy friend. And now Fernando calls to play on NFR at race day. Commentary sharp and loud, hyping up the roaring crowd. Feel the power at NFR, burning tracks, driving far, where the races never end. NFR, holy friend. Deaf queen, the top supporter scene, in the crowd where speed is keen. NFR, the place to be, join the race, watch and see.
Tuesday night, 8 p.m. We go SAFRL the show. Engines roar, lights will glow. Feel the rush, feel the flow. Every lap, a twist, a turn. Speeding fast, rubber burn. Crowds cheer, hearts
Good evening, everybody, and welcome back. Welcome back to NFR on a Tuesday night. SAFRL, that is what we're here for tonight. Round 7, and it's one of those rounds with a bit of a twist. Of course, we've already had one this season, where it was you guys in the comment section who got to decide the venue. This time there were just the 3 options. They got spun on a wheel 5 minutes prior to the race supposed to begin. Of course, had a bit of a delay. I'm not sure if a few drivers were trying to squeeze in a few laps. Of course, the track selected. Track needs no introduction, but a track that's going to look somewhat different to all of you. This is Silverstone, the other way around. Point East, one of the first drivers out on circuit, right on board with him. This is just an outlap, just to give you the feel of the circuit. It's really difficult just to wrap your head around it. Silverstone's so iconic. Parts of the circuit you don't even realize you're at Silverstone. Other parts you do, and you realize you're going backwards. Quite jarring. A lot of cars now on outlaps. Still have a handful of cars in the pits. Busy field this evening. 17 drivers. Maybe we'll still get 1 or 2 squeezing in before the race, but for the time being, 17 drivers in the field. Speaking of that calendar, there it is. It was Netherlands, Great Britain or Austria, and the wheel shows Great Britain. And it just so happens that next week all of the drivers are coming back here to do it the right way round. We're actually going to have Silverstone twice in 2 weeks. I didn't actually put that together. I didn't see that scenario happening. As far as the Drivers' Championship goes, Spikes leads the way on 81 points. Pantry Star P2 on 57. Chris not far behind, 56. Neither is Skull, 53. Martin, 51. Very, very close there in the top 5. Then a bit of a drop to Panda, 36. But then followed 34, 33, 28, 26, 25. This championship still very much in the balance and undecided. And in the constructors, same story really. There isn't a clear winner at this point of the season. Red Bull 90 at 95 points, Alpine 89, Williams 88, McLaren 78, Aston Martin 77. It gets ridiculous. Ferrari 70. All of those teams still very much within the championship. I think even the teams lower than that, a few strong performances, that championship can flip very quickly. First lap time has gone over the board. That's a 27.3 for Sugar Bear. Not sure if he'll stay there, but he'll get to enjoy seeing his name light up in the middle of the screen in purple. Always fun to see, even if you're the first one to set the lap. Virus goes quickest, 27.0. And look at the lap times now coming in quickly. Osman over the line, 28.1. That's going to be a difficult one to pronounce. I don't know. You tell me. If you're in the comment section and you're a supporter of the Haas driver in P4, let me know what that is. Ivish? Is that no? Ivan? I don't know. Ivan? Vision? Is it Vision? I don't know. You guys tell me. For the time being, he will be the Haas driver. Virus quickest 27.0. Levy's gone second with a 27.2. Sugar Bear 27.3. That was initially the quickest lap. Andre 27.6. Skull 27.7. Things really close here in the top 5. Really nothing in it. And remember, this ain't a normal race circuit. Trust me, all of these guys practice all of the circuits, all of the layouts, but I assure you, their time on the reverse circuit, they don't spend nearly enough time on the reverse circuit. So as this qualifying goes on, these times will get quicker because the drivers will just really become more and more familiar with the circuit. That I saw. I needed confirmation. I've got confirmation. We are in Great Britain. And what happens in Great Britain? Well, look down your screen. It's running down your screen. It's raining. And if you haven't set a lap time, well, your session has been heavily compromised. And we might see a situation here where no one's really able to improve. Virus does get out on circuit straight away. See him there. He's off circuit, just getting out of the way. I think this is an outlap. I don't know if anybody's going to be able to improve. Depends on how quickly this track changes. And we might just have what I call a dead qualifying session. Comment section asking, where's the rain? I see the rain. Do you not see the rain? There's raindrops on my screen, and all you guys can see is my screen. So I would be very concerned if I was the only one seeing rain. Probably be a good time to shut down the stream. Skull saying rain will continue till the end of the session, so I don't think we're going to get any improvements. The only thing we can see is the final 4 drivers, Panda, Wezo, Lam Royale and Percival. They will be going for their initial lap times. They're still on the slick tyre. There we go, I see rain. Fantastic. For a second there. I'm going to lay off this Lam Royale. Still on that soft tyre. Not sure if that tyre is going to give him any grip at this stage. There's just going to be no improvements. We're not going to see anyone out on track. And unless there's a chance of rain in the race, I don't think we're going to see anybody going out there for a bit of rain practice. Level 7. Level 7. That's a big spin. First of all, obviously the softs no longer working in these conditions. He might even find that he'll find a quicker lap on the inters. Panda does get over the line and set a time at 1:34.1. He's not going to go any quicker than that, because look at that, he's on ice. As soon as he steps on the throttle, even here into the corner, can just see the car going sideways, nothing happy. He just wants to get that car back to the pits. His mechanics will be hoping he gets it back to the pits in one piece. This is the Williams we saw having a spin earlier. This is Wezo. 10 minutes into the session, still struggling to get that opening lap. Very tricky conditions. Of course, let me know if you're one of the drivers in the comment section, and there should be a few of you, because I see a lot of drivers in the pits. Let me know, is there any chance of rain in the race? Or are we looking at unrealistic English conditions and sun shines throughout. Bring up your tire screen. There are a few drivers out there on intermediates. That suggests to me that there might just be a chance of rain. Why would drivers be out there practicing wet laps? There's absolutely no forecast of rain. It might be a small chance. We are at Silverstone. Didn't see it coming in qualifying. Who knows if it'll be there in the race. A lot of drivers now retiring. They'll be sitting back in their chairs or on their couch, however it is they play this game, and they'll be watching the same thing we're watching. They basically go into spectator mode until the start of the formation lap. All the cars grayed out. They've called it a day. They know they're not going to improve. And they do not feel the need to test the intermediate tyre. Percival has a lap. 150.3. Wezo still looking for that initial timed lap. Wondering if he just had a lot of invalidated laps or if he came out at the wrong time on the slick. Left it late, found a wet circuit in front of him. Qualifying session has definitely ran away from him. 12 minutes into it, no lap time. As things stand, we have a McLaren at the front and a McLaren at the rear. Leby, the RB in P2. This order will probably remain the same. Sugar Bear P3 retired from the session. Andre P4, Skull P5. Very nice lap times between those two. 27.6, 27.7. We know they tend to match each other when they're both on song. Then level 7 apparently. There's no way I could have figured that out. No idea. Level 7. 28.0. Then a 28.1 by Osman. Harsh Cartoon P8. 28.2. So he'll start from inside the top 10. J-Boy 28.6 P9. Spikes. That's the only Red Bull in the field. 28.7. He's going to start a lot lower down the order than he'd like. Unfortunately, these conditions, not going to find an improvement. He's not going to go up the field. Surely not. Top Gun 29.9. That's the driver in P11. Then we have the pair of Ferraris 12 and 13. Boinkies retired 29.9. Teammate very close, Pantry Star 130.2. Then Lam Royale retired. He's going to go from 14, Panda from 15, and Wezo from 16. Did get a lap eventually, a 139.8. And then Percival, well, he's out on circuit. Determined not to start at the rear of the field. Let's see if he can find an improvement. Very, very tricky conditions if you haven't practiced the reverse. Maybe you've only done a couple of laps around here and it was months ago. And now not only do you have to deal with this reverse circuit, you also have to deal with it in the rain. You have to find where the grip is. Stuff you'd all know from a circuit you commonly drive on. You're on a circuit you don't know that well. Conditions like this, it all becomes exploratory. Percival over the line, 140.4. I think that was an improvement in time, if I'm not mistaken, but not an improvement in position. Virus still out on track, just having some fun in the wet, getting his mind ready for turn 1. I'm almost certain he's starting in pole. Just flipping that tyre screen to what tyre they set that best lap on, and you can see the entire field down to P15. That was all on sets of softs. Only Wezo and Percival got their lap times in on the intermediate. Really no chance of improvement for anyone, except maybe Percival can still get himself a little higher up the field. Everyone else pretty much frozen in this position. Of course, in the old format of qualifying, you used to get these dead qualifyings very, very often. Very different format to what we have today. Basically, you'd have 60 minutes. And in that 60 minutes, you could do 12 laps. As a car, you could do 12 laps. That included your out laps and your in laps. So that was either 4 stints or 3 stints of double laps. And what would happen was none of the top teams would go out in the beginning of qualifying. They would sit there and they would wait. And they would wait. And they would wait. And eventually, the small teams, the slower teams, the Minardis, they would come out, set some laps, put some rubber down. And the bigger teams would only get going about 30 minutes into the session. F1 has also done some silly things with qualifying. Once in the 2000s, they tried to turn qualifying into a knockout shootout. It was pretty disastrous. It was so disastrous that it lasted 1 race. For some reason I thought it lasted 3. Went and looked it up. It lasted 1 race. That's how bad it was. When the FIA accepts defeat, then you know that was a bad one. Something suggests to me there might be a hint of rain in this race, maybe a chance of rain in this race. The amount of drivers that spent time out on track on the intermediate tyre. I was expecting really everyone to retire, but a lot of drivers did not just 1 lap, multiple laps. Look at Andre, and it was Andre and Skull, 4 laps on those intermediates. Level 7, 3 laps on those intermediates. Virus, 4 laps on the intermediate. Those drivers definitely getting some time down on the wet circuit. Either they're trying to get used to the conditions, or they just needed that extra time to learn the layout. Then again, guys testing the inters, we're all in the top 6. Of course, so a reminder, just so happened that we had the 3 options tonight: Netherlands, Austria and Britain. All 3 in reverse, the only 3 reverse options on the game. And we got Britain. It just so happens that next week we have Britain. So they'll be going around backwards this time. And next week we'll be doing things the right way around. And there we have your qualifying results. Felt like a long qualifying session. Virus, pole position, 27.0. Went out at the right time. Levy P2, Sugar Bear P3, Andre P4, Skull P5, Level 7 P6. Then Osman 7th, Harsh Cartoon 8, J-Boy 9, Spikes 10. Starting from outside the top 10, we've got Top Gun, Boinkies, Pantry Star, Lamb Royale, Panda, Wezo, and Percival. Well, thought the drivers were out there doing laps in the wet for a reason. I asked in the comment section. I got no confirmation. But here's the confirmation. You need no more confirmation than this. The clouds cover the sky and the rain falls down. I don't see standing water in the pit lane, so I think this is intermediate conditions. But we will find out shortly when we see what the drivers have chosen. Will everyone be on the inter? Will everyone be on the wet? Will there be a bit of a split decision? That's when the grid doesn't really know where conditions are. And then, of course, the biggest question about this weather could simply go away in 5 laps' time and we have a dry race to the end. Or will this continue? Will this get worse? Who knows? Now we'll get the dual green lights. Means the drivers will get away. Ooh, where's my car sound? There we go. There's a little bit of car sound. Drivers will get away for the formation lap. I'll have one more opportunity to look at this backward circuit. Virus. Pretty lucky. Everybody that got out on that initial run, they got pretty lucky. Of course, you spent a little bit too much time in the pits. Went out there 5 minutes later than you would have liked. You would have already caught the track at less than optimal conditions. I think that's what happened to a few drivers. We've got some quick names starting lower down the field. Spikes. Let me confirm that before I say it. Thought so. Spikes is the championship leader. He's starting down in P10. Speaking of Red Bulls, starting down the order. A reminder for this weekend's Brazilian Grand Prix. Max Verstappen has a 5 grid place penalty for a new power unit. Keep that in mind for this weekend. And hopefully this weekend doesn't get cancelled, because apparently the rain looks pretty bad. Fortunately for us here on the game, the FIA does not rule the day, and we will have a race start in the rain. Like everybody there from that angle is on the intermediate tyre. Bring up your data early on, and there you can see everybody on the intermediate. Certain angles the rain looks like it's falling harder, and at other angles it looks like the rain might just lift off in a few laps. Let's see, 5 red lights and we're away. McLaren versus RB versus Williams. And remember, this is an unfamiliar turn 1 for everyone, so expect something special. The McLaren, fantastic job, just gets out front. If there is any carnage, it's behind him. He doesn't want to know about it. Haven't seen too much carnage, and as I say that, is that a RB? I think it's an RB going off in the distance onto the grass. Not an RB, there's only one RB, and that one's in P3. Not sure what car that was. May have been an Alpine. Caution in Sector 1. Reminder to everyone at home watching this race, spectator mode is broken. If we do have a safety car, it's not going to say so, it's just going to say caution. Every time you see a caution, look at your track map. It's fully lit up in yellow. We're in trouble. For the time being, everyone getting on with it. Lap 1 of 26. And if these conditions persist throughout the race, it's going to be a long race. From this onboard, really doesn't seem to be falling too badly. Of course, we know this can get worse. Could get dry, or we could just have this linger till the end of the race. We've seen examples of all three right here on this channel. Easy to forget how many SAFRL races have been broadcast on this channel. Go into the channel archive. Of course, we are currently running season 13, round 7, but if you go into the archive, you're going to find races going all the way back to season 6. Welcome to Anita in the comment section. Reminder to everyone also in the comment section, if I'm not giving a driver you support enough airtime, let me know. If you want to focus on a particular driver or have a lap of focus on a particular driver, we can do that. Give you an update on the driver's race. 17 in the field. Very difficult. Very difficult to keep an eye on all of them. It's J-Boy going well wide. No problem for the Ferrari. Pantry Star picks up a position, goes up into P7. And then the Aston Martin and the Sauber, the two green cars going wheel to wheel. 1 corner, 2 corners, 3 corners, all wheel to wheel in these conditions around an unfamiliar layout. Brave stuff. Either bravery, talent, or stupidity. Or a little of all three. The Virus leads the way, and if you haven't seen who's in P2 and who's in P3, apparently loving this layout, loving this weather. Andre P2, Skull P3. Levy, he's lost a couple of positions. The RB was in P2, now down to P4. That might have just been a mistake. Of course, these very tricky conditions, so easy to get the car out on the grass. In these early stages of the race, when everybody's still so close together, any sort of mistake, any sort of time spent on the grass, probably going to be more than just one position lost. The Virus still leads the way. Andre in P2. I was just about to say within DRS, but we are in the rain, so there is no DRS. When it comes to the rain, actually a little bit more like 90s, early 2000s F1, where you could defend from the driver behind. DRS no longer active. You have to do the overtaking the old-fashioned way. Wait for a mistake, apply the pressure, wait for the mistake, or go for a moment of greatness. You're not going to be able just to open up that rear flap and fly past your opponent. I know DRS is built for the excitement, but at one stage there was something called defensive driving, and with DRS it becomes impossible after a while. Skull P2, Andre P3, those two still following each other within a second. But the top four still very close together. There they are. in a bit of a gap. Williams starting to fall adrift, P5. Level 7, P6. Pantry Star, P7. Lam Royale, he's making up some great positions. He started outside the top 10. Have a look. Am I going to get this right? There we go. Position changes. So Virus, he started from pole, and that's where he is. He's in the lead. Skull made up 3 positions at the start of the race, up to P2. Andre made up a position, up to P3. Levy's lost 2. Sugar Bear's lost 2. Level 7 is where he started, P6. Pantry Star, what a start. He's up 6 positions. Lam Royale, he's up 6 positions. The championship leader in the Red Bull started in P10. He's picked up 1 position since the start of the race. J-Boy P10, gone down a position. Osmond, not the start he would have hoped for, down 4 positions in the opening laps of the race. Was a good start. P4 didn't have the qualifying he would have liked, but the race going much better for him. Percival as well, both of those cars 4 positions gained. Panda 1 position up, and then Boinkies, he's lost 2. And the 2 very unlucky starters, the drivers in 16-17, they've lost 5 positions each. Mosh Cartoon, you can see there, the only driver on the list. They've made a pit stop. That indicates damage very early on. Don't see a second car that came into the pits, so I don't think that was contact with another car. Might have gone off all on his own. This is the view from the Alpine of Skull. Such difficult conditions, unfamiliar layout, tough weather, and somehow you've got to drive on the limit. It's Andre. That's what 0.7 of a second looks like in Formula 1. It looks like a very, very far away distance. This is your leader. Looking back, you can see the Alpine, and usually that Alpine would just open up DRS and apply so much pressure on the McLaren into turn 1, but it just doesn't happen. There's no DRS under these conditions, and we're not going to see any DRS unless we get a dry race. Let me know in the comment section. You want the race to end like this? Do you want the race, or rather the rain, to get worse, better, or remain like this till the end of the race? Virus still leads the way, but it's not a comfortable lead. Skull now losing patience. Been looking at the back of that McLaren, had a great start, made up 2 positions or 3 positions at the start of the race, but since then he's looked at the back of the McLaren, and now he's closer to the back of that McLaren than he's ever been before. It's all about the moment. Remember, might not be a circuit you have the confidence in. The top 4 remain very much together, and this might be why the Alpine is so desperate to get past. You know you're quicker. You can see the rest of the field catching up. You're caught behind a slower car. Not that I'm saying Virus is slower at this point, but much more difficult to pass in the rain with the lack of DRS. And once you do get close, you don't know how long it's going to be till you get close again, so you want to make the move and make it now. That field continues to compress behind them. Look at that. field actually very, very close together, except for that gap between P4 and 5 of 1.4 seconds. The rest of this would all be within a second. Got a change at the front. It is a change at the front. It was a brief change at the front. Skull took the lead ever so briefly. That was just putting the nose ahead. And now side by side. That is brave. Brave. Oh, so brave. Luckily for everybody, they got through that corner. But I didn't have much faith going into that corner. But luckily both those drivers came out alive. I don't see any damage on either car. That was close. Virus still out front. Skull still P2, 0.2 of a second. This is as close as you can get. If DRS was available, he would have flown past easily before turn 1. There's nothing to do. He's just got to stay there. He's got to apply the pressure. He's got to force the mistake. All the while, not making a mistake himself. Every single driver in this field, that is their goal. Whether you're the quickest guy in the field, you want to stay at the top, or whether you're the slowest guy in the field, you want to get to the top. Problem is, once you get to the top, you've got to be on your best every time. And get a good camera angle now. We do side by side, McLaren versus Alpine, Skull versus Virus. This is going to be close into that corner again where they went in the last lap. I'm not going to pretend I know which corner is which. This is in reverse. And those are the comments. Those are the sort of comments that are coming out. Yo. Close stuff at the front. Skull eventually does get past. And now we'll be able to see, does he have the superior pace? Was Virus slowing him down? If that is the case, it's going to become very apparent very quickly. Remember, DRS allows you to stay with that opposition for longer, even if they're quicker than you, because they're towing you along. Here we don't have DRS. So if you're quicker than your opponent, it shows in the timesheets very quickly. As you can see, Skull breaks the 1 second barrier. Something Virus was unable to do. That Alpine was all over the back of the McLaren for most of the race, and now Skull has made the overtake and found a second. Captain Slow saying Skull needs to look after those tyres. I'm not sure what that reminds me of. I'm not sure that gotta look after the tyres. I think it had something to do with the NASCAR game I played, and there was this mechanic who would come over the radio, and he was so annoying because all he would say was, "You gotta look after the tyres. You gotta look after the tyres." And he would say it 20 times a race, and it was his only message. He didn't say anything else. Welcome to gaming in the early 2000s. Gotta look after the tires. Skull P1, Virus P2, 1.8 seconds gap. Go down to the first of the two Red Bulls. That's Spikes in P8. His teammate a little irrelevant at this stage of the race, P17, and well adrift from the rest of the field. He'll be hoping for a safety car to bring him back into this race. As for Spikes, started in P10, made up a couple of positions up into P8. And I assure you, if the conditions were dry, he'd be coming through this order so much quicker. Like I say, in the rain, overtaking has to be done the old-fashioned way. And that's why you can see Skull's pace, he's quicker. You saw how long it took him to mount that overtake. And there's a car going wide in the background. That is Sugar Bear. Not sure what happened there. Missed his braking entirely. Goes off the circuit. Luckily there was a big gap to the car behind, so he doesn't lose any positions. But he's got to be careful. Already got a penalty next to his name. Doesn't want to spend any more time outside those white lines. NASCAR 25. I'd love to get it. There's so many games I'd love to get. Unfortunately, financials mean the last game I've ever bought was this one. Lamb Royale, he's had a good start. Started from outside the top 10. While Spikes has had a decent start, I think he'll be a little bit disappointed that it's just the two positions at this point in the race. Lamb Royale's made up a lot of positions. Pantry Star's made up a lot of positions. Level 7 eventually has made up one position. Started in P6 up to P5. Then Levy. This is Andre. He was able to stay on the back of Skull. Since that overtake, Skull is disappearing into the distance, and now it's Andre that is starting to mount a challenge on that McLaren. Championship leader still down in P8. Of course, P2 in the championship, Pantry Star. We've got Chris P3, Skull P4, Martin P5. So far, Pantry Star, championship contender in P2, having a better race than the championship leader. Not good news for the championship leader, good news for us. Means this championship is going to go on even longer. I foresee a championship going down to the final round. Skull 2.3 seconds up the road from this battle. Virus and Andre 0.3 of a second. Spikes will be thinking to himself, oh no, not again. Spent a lot of laps defending from a very angry Alpine. Eventually the Alpine got by. Wouldn't have been too happy about that, but he would have at least breathed a sigh of relief. Now looks back at his mirrors. And it's deja vu. This time, the Mercedes. Mercedes McLaren, Mercedes McLaren. And Andre has got by. Can he keep it? Yes, he can. He's going to hold on to it. He's going to hold on to P2. We've got a Skull Andre 1-2. Virus down to P3, level 7. He's made up another position up to P4. Pantry Star P5. Lamb Royale Spikes That's as a result of Top Gun. I didn't see that, but Top Gun has retired. I don't know, was that in the pits? I think it was in the pits. Didn't trigger anything. So Top Gun out of this race. That means all of those drivers promoted a position. But at the front, all he needs to do at this stage is hold things together. Now the drivers have more information than me on the weather. They'll know. Gonna end like this. Is it gonna get dry? Well, I think there's your answer. Is it your answer? Or is that an insane move? We've just seen 3 cars come into the pits. And they've all put on mediums. They see something we don't. I still see raindrops. I'm not getting on the medium until the raindrops stop. Right on board with one of these medium runners. Right on board with Boinkies. Have a look at the conditions. Have a look at the state of the tires. What does he look like going into the corner, coming out of the corner, and in the braking zone? And as you can see, missing the apex there, not looking too comfortable, not yet. But hopefully this gamble does pay off if the track dries up in a lap or 2 from now and you're already on the medium. The track might just come to you and everybody still has to pit. But, well, if Pfizer was here, he would say the famous words, well, well, well. Safety car, lap 14 of 26, our first retirement. Jan, I'm so sorry, Jan. But Jan, you need to have another look at your screen. Jan saying, pit now, Spikes. Spikes ain't gonna be able to pit. Not tonight, anyway. He is the reason we are under safety car. The championship leader retires from round 7. The championship is alive. That is going to do a lot to the championship. Pantry Star sitting in P5. Currently the driver in P2 in the championship. For Skull P4 in this championship. He'd love to bring this result home. That would be 25 points. And then Andre in P2. Where does he sit in the championship? Currently in 13. This sort of performance could almost double his points for the season. Calendar again. We are in reverse Silverstone, and next week, well, we don't head anywhere. We just stay here in Silverstone. We just do it the other way around. This is your leader coming into the pits. Going to be interesting. What does he do? Does he go out on another set of intermediates? Does he go out on the mediums? What do those 3 drivers know that we don't know? Skull's going back out on to the intermediates. What are these medium runners going to do? Do they realize they've made a mistake? Do they come into the pits, put on a set of inters? Lam Royale. Well, Lam Royale has gone for the hard tire. Going to go for any slick tire in these conditions. The softer the better. That means they heat up faster. It's going to be really difficult getting any sort of temperature into the hard tire under these conditions. And by looking at the actions of the leaders, I don't see a suggestion of dry weather. Percival does come into the pits. Not happy on those mediums. Doesn't think he's going to be able to take the car much further either. Does Spoinky. Spoinky's also returning to the pits to get rid of that set of mediums that has barely done any work at all. Just one lap, most of it under the safety car. Fortunately for those 3 medium runners, they'll now know, okay, I made a mistake and I can get back on the intermediate, so they get a second chance. Get to join the rear of the field and have another go. Osman, well, he's decided he's sticking to that medium tyre. And first of all, I thought he'd come in and put on a set of inters. Well, he's gone from mediums to hards. And I wonder if that was a game mistake. Of course, you have to set your tyres. He might have just pressed the wrong direction. Or he wants to be on hards. Who knows? Under safety car. Queen, you were a little late today, but I know you like my little videos, the Danny Rick video and the Lando Norris video. Well, I put another one together this afternoon, so if you want to stay for 5 minutes after the stream, there's actually 2 I want to show you. What a view. What a view. The view I haven't seen very often. I have seen it before. It's a very stressful situation for me. I don't like it. The heart starts pounding. The hands start sweating. You're leading behind the safety car. Just saying you agree on the tires. Yeah, look, that's the way I understand it. And if the game follows life, then the softer the compound, the easier it is to generate heat in the tire. So when there's still actively raindrops falling on the surface, the hard is just not an option. And that's why you can see the 2 cars that were on hards have now switched to the inter. And we only have 1 medium remaining. Now it's not time to get impatient, Skull. No overtaking the safety car. No outbraking the safety car. This is stressful. You just want it to end. How much longer will it go? Every time you just glance down at the mini-map, have a look, where are those cars? And sometimes you wonder, what's wrong with this guy? Why is he driving so slowly? I assure you, that car, it's not a slow car, and he's going as quick as he can. The notification. Is it the notification? Really not. That's too early on in the lap. Goal. Giving the safety car lots and lots of space. Not sure what happened there. Was going slowly down the straight. 180 kilometers an hour. That's what you call slowly down the straight in Formula 1. I think anything under 200 is pretty slow in Formula 1. The old straight. Lap 17 of 26. One and only safety car so far this race. One driver sitting on a penalty. Well, get confirmation of that penalty. It's just a 3-second penalty for Sugar Bear. Nothing too serious. He doesn't want to get any more than that. There's your notification. I just noticed the safety car notification is indeed working. It's been a while. Welcome back. Now, responsibility of being the temporary safety car falls on the shoulders of Skull. He decides when the race gets going. He can go early, he can go late, but there can be no overtaking until the start-finish line. Virus runs wide there on the exit, not the start he would have wanted. Skull gets the jump on Andre, 0.8 of a second at the start. He'll be happy with that. Virus a further 0.8 back. Sugar Bear picked up a second 3-second penalty. They'll take him up to 6 now. Virus P3, level 7 P4, Pantry Star P5. Few more positions and he could be the championship leader by the end of the night. I think he's just realized that, and he's racing in this championship. He's out of this championship. Speaking of out of this championship, look at the pit lane, folks. There's a little yellow dot. Safety car number 2 in no time. We now have 4 retirements. Top Gun, I think that was in the pits. That didn't trigger anything. Spikes triggered the first safety car. Then Panda, we didn't even see that retirement. And now Sugar Bear. Sugar Bear has tripped the second safety car. With Sugar Bear out of this race, we're down to 13. Skull P1, Andre P2. And if you're one of these lead drivers, this is killing you. Under this current situation, Skull obviously has a lot of faith on the rest of the field. He'd be loving to use that pace right now just to open up the gap, make the rest of his race a lot more comfortable, make it about just getting the car over the line. Unfortunately, safety car brings that field together. And every single time there's a restart, the chance of a mistake, a big mistake, maybe not by you, maybe by someone around you. You just want to avoid those restarts. Just want to get on with the race, get to the checkered flag. And the next thing you know, you're looking at the back of this guy again. Raindrops are still falling, so I'm not sure what those slick runners saw a few laps ago. Osman still out on the medium. Top 3 as things stand: Skull, Andre, and Virus. This is the view from Virus's cockpit. You can see the top 2 just up the road. You can see the safety car just up the road, and getting really close there to the back of the Mercedes. Almost saw contact under safety car. Not what you want to see. Of course, the only other time you're going this slowly, probably during the formation lap. If you have contact during the formation lap, well, you don't get any damage. You get a slap on the wrist. They send you back to the starting grid and make you sit there and wait for everybody else to get around. And And you have to start on cold tires. That's your slap on the wrist. Under safety car. Any knock to that wing could be fatal. Lap 20 of 26. But I would be lying. I really did think we would see safety cars in the first stint of the race. Maybe lap 2 or 3. We actually had quite a clean start to the race. Now in the second half of the race, things have got awfully messy. One good thing this does mean, these cars are going to be pretty close together at the end of the race. So, really anybody still in contention. Just go down to the driver in P12, Osman. Driver of interest because he's the only driver on a slick tyre. We're not sliding now, that car nowhere near its limit. But the only driver on the mediums. He just probably feels, even if he did want to get onto the Inter, a little too late for that. The car is in this lap. And immediately, Skull backs up the field as he did just a few laps ago. He was stressed about the first one. Well, this is just double the torture. Andre so close, looks almost like a little Abu Dhabi 21. Max Verstappen getting a little too close. Lewis Hamilton, this time it's Mercedes getting a little too close to an Alpine, and I think that is the restart. Skull goes, gets a good start. This time Virus does not run wide, so he stays with Andre this time. Better restart for the McLaren. It says safety car on our screen, but that should disappear shortly. We are, in fact, racing. Skull leads the way, 0.8 of a second. He did break that 1 second mark on that previous run. That obviously got cancelled out. Can he do it again? This time being followed by Andre. They may not be teammates, but I assure you, those two have probably done more laps together than almost any other combo in this field. Now they're 1-2. They understand each other's driving. They know it's about just getting it to the end. If we do see any fighting between these two, I think first we'd have to see them get rid of that McLaren. There's level 7. Started off the broadcast as the Haas driver. That is another reference to old video games, by the way. You got yourself the FIFA game or whatever. Commentators would have all the big names like the Beckhams and the Ronaldos and the Figos and whatever the case may be. But there was an option where you could create your own player. Of course, the commentator didn't know its name, so you would just be the striker or the Arsenal player. Very useful. That's why, if I couldn't pronounce it, I just went with the horse driver. Do have a caution. I think that is a... Is that an Aston Martin? Well, not sure what that is. We've got a car in the pits. Seems like he's on the move. But we do have a yellow in that section. Skull leads the way, 0.5 of a second. Andre P2, he's been able to stay with the Alpine. Virus, on the other hand, has been shaken off. These two might have worked together if it meant finishing 1-2 and defending from Virus, but since that gap is now open to Virus, this might have just turned into a race between the two. Are they in communication? I don't know. How close are they sitting next to each other? I don't know. But I assure you, they're either having a lot of fun or things are very tense. Skull sets the fastest lap, and a second later, Andre takes it away. The top two on fire. Levy in the RB. Started up in P2, I think it was. Down to P7. It's been a tricky race for a lot of the drivers. I wonder if you asked Skull and Andre possibilities of a 1-2 at the start of qualifying today, what they would have had to say. Death Queen, I know they've had firsts and seconds and thirds, and I'm sure they've even been on the podium together, but remind me, have Andre and Skull ever had a 1-2? One thing getting a 1-2 in a small field, quite the other getting it in a field of 17 around a reverse circuit you don't know well in the rain. Impressive driving from everyone. Everyone out on circuit. I would have crashed by lap 3. Giving myself a lot of credit. I might have seen lap 3. Some screaming Andre, some screaming... Well, not screaming Skull, just telling Andre to behave. Skull versus Andre. Lap 24 of 26. Virus has fallen 3 seconds back. And the race between these two. Well, first and second looks decided. Not the order. It's going to be one of those two cars, but they have a big gap. Just need to bring the cars home. Virus, on the other hand, not a comfortable final podium step. Still got a lot of cars behind him. All of them hungry. Skull leads. Andre second. Virus third. Death Queen, you cannot enforce papaya rules when, number one, they're not teammates, and number two, they're not in papaya. I will not have Zach Brown foolery in my comm spots. Either Andre made a mistake or Skull has switched it up. think it was Andre that made a mistake. The gap down to Virus now 2.7 seconds. It's still a 1-2, but the gap now comfortable. Just about bringing the cars home. 25 of 26. Can they go over the line? One more to go. Gap between the leaders, 2.3 seconds. Virus still in P3, still holding on. And level 7 started in P6. He's had a tough race. He's got himself up into P4, but overtaking, making up positions hasn't been easy. Just stayed consistent. How he'd love a podium. Snatched right at the end. Virus doing everything he can to hold on to that podium. He's been part of the top 3 for the entirety of this race. How painful, how harsh would it be to fall off that podium on the last lap? .2 seconds at the front. Any worries of a battle are gone. It's about bringing it home now. Virus still holding on. Holding on to that podium step. Holding on to the final trophy. And the Haas doing everything he can. Everything he can in these final stages. We wondered if the rain would get lighter. We wondered if it'd get heavier or go away. It hasn't. It stayed the same. It's lingered throughout the race. And if you're a driver who enjoys these conditions, as apparently Skull and Andre, well, you've relished in these conditions. Skull will pick up a very nice handful of points, 25 points. Andre will pick up 18 points. Not sure if he's still got that fastest lap. If he does still have the fastest lap, unlike in real life, we still have the fastest lap rule, so he'll get 19. Skull over the line, 37, takes it back. Takes the fastest lap back. Ensures Andre doesn't get the 19 points. He's going to only have the 18 points. And Skull's going to take 26 of his own. Fantastic finish to the race. Virus over the line in P3 was able to hold on. Level 7, P4. And we'll wait for the rest of the results to come through. I always wait to see what ridiculous podium celebration we're going to get. There we go. Max did that. Everyone would think he lost his mind. There are your awards for the night. Oh, great time to disappear. Race winner, Skull. Fastest lap, Skull. Driver of the day, Wezo. Most overtakes, Wezo. Cleanest driver, Wezo. 2 drivers dominating the awards. Skull takes the victory for Alpine with the fastest lap at 1:37.9. Andre finishes P2, Virus P3. Level 7, he finished in P4, Pantry Star P5. Then we got Wezo P6, Lebby P7, Lamb Royale P8, Boinkies P9, and Harsh Cartoon did manage to get into the points. He takes the final point. No points on the night for Percival P11, J-Boy P12, and then the retirements, Osman, Sugar Bear, Panda, Spikes, and Top Gun. We will just allow 2 or 3 minutes to see if the drivers decide to join the cool down room, and then we'll bring them into the comms box. If they're not here in the next 2 or 3 minutes, then we know they're not in the mood. So of course the night started with what was a mystery event. We knew we were racing at one of three venues. It was either going to be Austria reverse, Netherlands reverse, Silverstone reverse. You know where the wheel fell. Wheel fell, Silverstone reverse. And what a race it was. It rained because, well, we're in Britain. Of course it rained. And we're going to be here again next week. We're just going to do it in the more usual format.
Wat podium in ry?
There we go.
Veel by SAFRL.
Ja.
Yeah, we can hear you loud and clear.
There we go. Okay, I've got Andre and I've got Skull. Virus, if you're out there, you of course more than welcome to join the cool down room, and we'll bring you into the comms box. Of course, guys, how was that? If I had told you, I said it during the race right at the end. If I had told you guys 1-2 prior to the race starting, what would you have said?
No way.
Yeah, there was no real chance.
Tell me, from qualifying, were you happy with your qualifying lap? Can start with Andre and then go to Skull. Were you happy with the qualifying lap? Did you have a good start? Did you have a bad start? How did the safety car play into your race? Or did it really not have much of an effect?
Well, first when I saw that it was raining, I had to scramble to try and put a setup together. And luckily I got out quick enough to do a dry lap. I think when I started my second lap, it already started raining, so I knew that everything was down the drain now. And I just hoped that everybody behind me didn't improve too much. But as I saw on the Delta, it was falling all the way. So, yeah, I'm quite happy with where I started.
What about you, Skull? Qualifying lap? Were you happy with it?
Really,
How was
I wasn't
start?
really happy with the qualifying lap. Made a mistake turn one because it had no clue how to go with turn one. So, could probably a few tenths faster if I knew how to drive the track. So, yeah, not really happy with the qualifying lap.
And then what about the race? Was the race, did you get into the lead all because of the safety car, or was the safety car?
Actually, me and my father were working together, me and F1 Andre, so he let me pass. He asked me how's my pace, so he let me pass. So we can try work together to both get past Virus. Another time I screw you over. So yeah, we tried to work together, and from there on, I took the lead. Then a few laps later, I think F1 Andre also went past. So safety car, we wouldn't say helped me a lot. I'm not sure about F1 Andre, but definitely helped me to like get less laps. So yeah,
Higher rules.
keep me long in the lead.
Papaya rules confirmed in SAFRL, and it's not even in the papaya cars. Shocking. Shocking. The Virus has not joined. Virus had a little bit more stressful end to the race than you guys did. He was able to hold on to his P3, but it was pretty close. See, he hasn't joined. So one more time. Of course, next week, you guys realize where we're going next week, right? Andre, do you know where we're going next week for SAFRL?
I don't know
It's
the
league, so
calendar
it's
out of
supposed to.
my head.
It's your league, you're supposed to know.
Really, guys? This is shocking.
Give me 2 seconds, I'll tell you.
I could tell you, but I want you to
Okay.
look it up.
Yeah, no, I know where we're going. Yeah, we're going the other way around.
We're staying here. We're staying in Silverstone. We're just going to be doing it the right way around. And I don't know, are you guys hoping for a repeat in the weather? Or is dry Silverstone going to be just fine?
Yes. No.
Yeah, I
Wet,
enjoy the wet a bit. I've always been fairly good in the wet. Oh,
Ah.
shit. Yes. Yes, virus. Now we're
Ish,
gonna.
ish. Now, we- now we're
Hello.
in trouble.
Hope you were
Yeah,
not talking rubbish about me.
There we go.
no, no, no.
Virus has joined the chat. I was just asking the other two, Virus, do you know where we're racing next week for SAFRL?
Actually, I'm not sure. Isn't it Silverstone? Normal way?
Yes, we're racing in Silverstone, the right way around.
Oh yeah.
Virus,
I enjoy this track. It's fun.
tell me a little bit about your
But it was a
race.
fun race tonight.
And I'll ask you the
Mm.
same thing. I asked Andre and Skull. Tell me a little bit about your qualifying lap. Were you happy with it? Were you happy with your start? And obviously, you weren't able to hold on to these two at the end. Was it a mistake, or what happened there in the closing stages?
So when I got into the car in the cockpit, and actually when I saw the weather, everything was raining. So I just went to the squad, and I sent a message to Skull for his rain dance because it was unnecessary to do a rain dance. And then I just
Hey,
heard,
man.
and I went into the tire selection, and I saw, hey, but this tire selection is dry. I'm like, hey, hang on. If this is going to be dry in the beginning and wet at the race, just select your setup and go. And then after that first lap I did, I knew I was doing a good lap because it felt good. And then when I saw, okay, I'm on top of the leaderboard, and I said, okay, where's this rain? This rain is supposed to come now. And on my outlap, not my outlap, my in-lap, I saw the drops, and I said to Oscar too, and I was in a chat with him, and I said, "Oh, there's the rain. I think this pole might be mine." So I was basically racing with the dry setup, and I started all right. The tires were fresh; it was good. And as soon as those tires felt slippery, Andre and just Skull had the best of me. I tried to keep them as behind me as far as possible, as long as possible, but unfortunately, little Skull just doesn't give up, and he came past me. And then, of course, I don't know how Andre caught up to me so quickly. He surprised me actually when he overtook me. I didn't know he was there until where I saw his wing in front of me, like, oh, what is he doing here? So yeah, and then I just said, okay, Ian, just try and defend your podium, yeah, because you're never going to see those two in front of you again. And they were flying. They were. I mean, Skull was particularly quick, and after the second safety car, I think it was. After that restart, I saw Andre giving Skull a go, so I was hoping for opportunities. And then I saw Andre make a small mistake, and Skull just pulled away from him. But yeah, all in all, it was a good race, good clean race. Skull and I had a moment which we will review, but it was a good clean race, and I'm glad to be on the podium.
Fantastic.
to
And
clean
then
things up.
while I've got you guys here, Drivers' Championship, of course, Spikes was leading the championship. He didn't finish the race. Skull, still get that. Might as well ask Andre. You still get that point for fastest lap, right? Even though it's fallen away in real life. You guys still give
Yeah,
the
we
extra
still
point?
give it, and then also driver of the day gets a point as well.
Okay, extra point for driver of the day. So Spikes will get 26 points on the night, and well, you're definitely
No,
going up.
Spikes
from
is getting
P4 in the
zero.
championship. Not Spikes,
I'm getting
Skull
zero.
rather.
First time.
Skull is getting 26 points. That's gonna elevate your championship, and then Andre, well, you
Yeah.
almost doubled your points this evening.
I think I did. Yeah, I haven't had the greatest start to the season. Still getting used to the new wheel and stuff like that. But yeah, tonight was enjoyable. Just to clear things up, I didn't make a mistake behind Skull. We were taking fastest laps, and then I said, okay, I'm not going to pass him because he's too quick. So I saved my battery to do a fast lap at the end, and he still beat me with a full battery. So kudos to him.
Good fight, right to the end. I'm glad you guys enjoyed it. Of course, now channel goes away until Thursday. We return at 8 p.m. on Thursday for Red Line Racing, and then again on Sunday for SKR. While I've got you guys here, you guys excited for the Brazilian Grand Prix this weekend? And have you heard about the 90% rain prediction for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday?
Oh, fun.
Do.
Probably Landon Norris is probably doing a dry downs. because he didn't do so well in the rain last year. Of course, there was one driver that did clearly well in the rain last year. So I know it's the Formula One is exciting for everyone at the moment. I mean, all the fans, maybe not so much for the Ferraris, they're just praying for a win. But I think with Red Bull and the Oscar Piastri fans and the Lando Norris fans, I think with a three-way battle in the Drivers' Championship, I think it's fun to watch. It's enjoyable. It's not like your 2022, 2023 season. 2024 start. At the end, it became a bit more interesting with Norris giving a charge. But I have to say this next 4 races is going to be exciting. Exciting stuff happening. I mean, one mistake of one of those top 3 drivers, and it's goodbye for the championship. So going to be exciting. And of course, me being a Lando Norris fan, hoping there's only one winner this weekend as well. So yeah.
Sorry, I just got something in my throat here.
But, no, look, actually, I've got no problem with Lando Norris. I really don't have a problem with Lando Norris. He's probably. I'm trying to think of another real quick off the top of my head. I think he's probably the only British driver I don't have a problem with when he wins a race. Every other just annoys me. So yeah, I like Lando, and I've supported him since his like GP3 days, you know. So I'm a Max fan, but if Lando takes the championship, I've got no problem with that. Just not the Aussie. There's only one Aussie that's decent in the world, and that's Danny Ricciardo.
Danny.
He's like half American, so that's probably why. He's actually an Italian Australian.
He's got an Italian nose, that's for sure.
No, that's what the name.
Yeah, he
comes
lost me,
from, is,
Daniel.
Daniel Ricciardo. That's why when he left Red Bull, I had this little bit of a hope that he was going to go to Ferrari, but speaks fluent Italian. I mean, Kimi was at the team for 7 years and he couldn't speak a word of Italian. When asked, but isn't it in your contract that you should learn Italian? And he's like, I don't read the contract. So that's Kimi, right?
Wow.
Guys, thank you very much for joining the Comms Box. Thanks for having this little interview afterwards. Of course, I'd like to do this more often. So if you guys want to join the cool down room after the race, you're more than welcome, regardless of if you finished on the podium. If you want to come and talk about your terrible race, you can do that too. Just no referencing other drivers. You can take that to the.
If I have a bad race, this interview is going to be full of F-bombs. So I prefer not to join you if I have a bad race.
Well, so when you do an F-bomb, you just need to warn me, and then like there we go. But
have you got a beep?
Yeah, I can beep myself, but I'm not going to be able to beep you guys because you guys are a little unpredictable.
If I can give you some advice, get a beeper, and then we'll talk.
It's actually quite funny. Like, for a long time, I thought, you can't swear on YouTube, and it turns out you can swear on YouTube. You can almost say anything you want on YouTube, so long as you don't swear in the first 2 minutes of a video. That's a very strange rule, but
so you can swear, but you can't play the F1 theme song.
Yes, and as ridiculous as that is, it's like not even I'd understand if I was playing like their whole intro or something, but I got copyright strikes because the tune was playing softly in the background over the results on the game.
Yeah,
and that was with copyright switched off on the game. I still got copyright.
Sure.
So, well done, EA. But that's why all their music is muted now.
Okay.
But
you must play the Mexican F1 theme song in the background. The Mexican one in the background. That's quite nice.
I like in the beginning when I got the game, I was like, this is actually a pretty awesome soundtrack. And then I realized, okay, this can definitely not go on YouTube because everything was copyright. And then I switched it off, and I kept on getting the copyrights, and then I realized that the copyrights were the results and the podium. That little, not that these videos make any money, but basically what it does mean is if the video did make any money, F1 will take every cent because you used a little bit of their media.
Sure.
So, yeah,
Mm.
Crazy, eh?
one greedy,
So it's
greedy,
under the
greedy.
table stuff if somebody wants to pay you.
Pretty much. Yeah, no, it's pretty difficult actually to put almost any F1 media on YouTube because F1 just knocks it down. So yeah, but I think I got a copyright strike the other day on a Danny Rick video I've played on this channel like 30 times. I fixed the copyright and it never happened again, and I've continued to play that video. So YouTube's a weird place, and I'm not going to pretend to understand it.
Yeah, they're full of crap, eh?
Guys, thank you very much. I will hopefully speak to one of you, two of you, all three of you on Sunday. And who knows? Well, you've raised the bar. Now you've got to
See,
stay at this level, guys. Stay at this level.
I Stimulate the Cave sponsor, which everyone is driving for. So if there's some benefits to getting podiums in a season, so I know this. I'm one of those who's going to practice for podiums. So yeah, definitely for the sponsors from Simulator Cave, I will definitely be driving for more podiums.
No, that's good stuff. And want to say thank you to you guys. It was a fun race to watch. I'm going to let you all say goodbye. You can go one by one. You can say goodbye to the audience. There's still a few people watching. And then I'm going to jump back into the comms box and end off the stream. I just want to say your goodbyes.
All right. Who's going to start? I'll start.
Yeah.
Goodbye. Cheers, everyone.
All right.
Thanks for watching. Mando, thanks for everything. We appreciate you.
No problem.
And thanks to our sponsors, Simulator Cave.
Enjoy.
Yeah, thanks everyone. Thanks for watching. Yeah, enjoy the rest of the night.
Thanks, guys. Sweet.
And there we go. That was your top three: Skull, Andre, and Virus. Fantastic racing by everyone. Of course, next week, mentioned it already, we're going to be doing the same circuit as for Thursday night. I'm not sure. Let's have a look if we can bring up the Red Line Racing calendar. I think that's the one. Oh, there it is. We've got the Red Line Racing calendar up. Our next event will be the Hungaro Ring on Thursday. That's going to be a sprint race. So double opportunity to get points for all of those drivers. And then on Sunday night, when we come back for SKR, we will be, where will we be? I don't know. 9th of November, we will be at Interlagos, Brazil. So that is the schedule for the rest of the week. I hope all of you enjoyed that stream. Hope all of you enjoyed that race. And if you're still here, I've got two videos to play for you. I'll play the first one. It's a shorter one. It's an intro to a Grand Prix I wish existed. And then after that, I'll give you my newest outro. And then I'll speak to you all on Thursday. Till next time, cheers.
the dark where your dreams collide. They'll tell you to stop, say the road's too long, but your heart keeps beating to a rebel song. Take a step, don't look below. Every scar's a story, only you will know. The weight of the world can't break your stride. You're carving your name where the stars reside. When the shadows call, when the nights grow cold, you'll find the strength in the tales untold. You can rise to the sky, touch the edge of the flame, write your heart in the light, let the world know your name. No chains can hold you, no storms too wide. You're a legend in the making when you rise to the sky. The ground may shake, but your roots run deep. Every fall you take is a promise you keep. The doubters will fade, their voices will break, 'cause your soul's on fire and it's yours to take. Run through the rain, chase the endless fight. Every dream you claim lights a spark in the night. The horizon's calling, it's yours to claim. A warrior's heart with a fearless flame. When the shadows call, when the nights grow cold, you'll find the strength in the tales untold. You can rise to the sky, touch the edge of the flame, write your heart in the light, let the world know your name. No chains can hold you, no storms too wide. You're a legend in the making when you rise to the sky. Stand tall when the thunder roars, break the locks, kick down the doors. Every step is a battle won, your story's just begun. Oh, let it soar, forevermore, forevermore. You can rise to the sky, touch the edge of the flame, write your heart in the light, let the world know your name. No chains can hold you, no storms too wide. You're a legend in the making when you rise to the sky. So keep on climbing, don't ever slow. The stars are waiting where the brave ones go. You'll rise to the sky. Yeah, you'll rise to the sky. A legend in the making till the end of time.